So, this is an interesting video. I don't know what it's going to be called yet, but I just feel like, for some reason, compelled to film this video for just some odd reason. If you guys didn't see, this summer I made a video and it came out about my depression and anxiety, and I kind of just posted it and never really said anything, so I'm gonna kind of talk about that today. Okay, so I look kind of crazy, my hair's crazy, and my face is crazy, but I kind of just don't really have a plan for this video, so sorry if it's kind of all over the place. And I'm filming this on my computer because my camera doesn't have a lot of storage, so I just want to make sure that I get all this on here. So I just want to start off by saying that this school year is going a lot better than last school year. It's going a lot better this year. Last year I was way more depressed. I was very annoyed with one of my teachers. I had him for 3 classes and he was just very annoying to me, and I literally hated him. And hate is a strong word, but I literally hated him. And I thought it was all him, it's all him. And a lot of it was me. And there were things that he did that I didn't like, and I'm not saying, oh yeah, it was 100% me, because some of it was just, maybe it was just his personality, and he can't change that, and just the way he taught, and the way, I have him this year too, but only for 1 class, and I've gotten a lot better. Last year I was just annoyed by him 24/7. I just couldn't, I literally just wanted to kill myself when I was in that classroom because he was so annoying. But this year, I think I'm just not really used to it, but I try to be more joking, and I kind of figure out a way to actually talk to him and make it more funny, or I don't know how to explain it, but sometimes he's just annoying, and I think I have kind of just come up with a way to handle it and what to say back to him when he says things just in a better way. And so that was a really big part of last year during school. I would never want to relive that my sophomore year ever again. Even if I could redo it, I don't think there'd be anything I could change, because I still had really bad depression, and it was not good. So even if I could redo that, I'd be the same person. So it wasn't really things that I did so much. I think it was my mental state was at its worst, I think. And I think I wasn't prepared for that year, because all summer I was just not doing good. And I didn't like to tell anyone how I was feeling. I didn't like to tell them how my mental state was. I thought I was hiding it all, and I think there was just a lot of things contributing to it, but that year was not good at all. And there's a lot of things that helped me along the way. I don't know if I want to say them now, but I just want to say that this year has been going a lot better. And I remember last year I'd be fake happy a lot, and this year it's more real. And sometimes I think I just accept that if I'm feeling like this today, I'm feeling like this today. If I'm feeling one way, I should feel it. And if you guys have that same problem, do it. If you're cranky, I'm not saying you should be cranky to everyone else, but just tell yourself, okay, I'm not in a very good mood today. You don't have to bring that out on others. I'm not saying you have to be cranky to them, this is how I feel. But I think you just need to examine how you're feeling, because if you're not feeling good, you know that. And you still can be nice to others, but don't just totally act like everything's going fine. Sometimes I just tell my friends, guys, it's not a good day today, just so they know. Because if you try and fake it and all of a sudden there's just one moment where you're just so down, they're gonna wonder what's happening, because you were just totally happy and then you just aren't, because sometimes you're just so exhausted from being fake happy. And I would try and be happy, and it was awful, because I'd get home and I'd bring it out on my mom, because then I could okay, I can be myself now, I'm home. But then I'd be mean to my mom, because all those feelings that were inside me all day finally could just come out, and I felt like I could just do that, because I couldn't be myself at school, I felt, anymore. And I like to be my own person. I don't care what other people think, and that is not the problem. But the part where I do, I guess this doesn't really make sense. Like, I don't care what other people think. I don't care if I'm wearing pajamas and everyone's staring at me. I wear what I want, not like, oh, scandalous, but I wear like crazy things. Like, I'll get stuff that other people would probably never do because they're too insecure about it. And it's not, I'm not that way. But when it came to my mental state, it was like, okay, I can't be myself right now, or other people are going to find out. Other people are going to know. And I've tried to be more open about it with, not like I'm saying my whole school knows and everything unless they watch my channel, but I just, I don't try and be like all this, like things that I don't try to be something I'm not anymore. And it kind of stinks because I feel like I was just lying to everyone how I was and how I was feeling, and that's not good either. So yeah, that's how this school year is going. Now I want to talk about the summer. This summer was probably one of the best summers I've had in a really, really, really long time. I just feel like I did more things and I had so much fun. And even when I wasn't doing things, like just being at home, it was it was somehow good. Now I'm not saying that there wasn't any depressing days, but I wasn't as depressed, and that could be because I wasn't in school either. This summer is a lot better than when I'm in school. I just told myself, Matea, this is going to be a better summer. You're gonna do what you can. You're not gonna think about school. You're not gonna, because I think last summer that's all I kept thinking about. Sophomore year's the worst, sophomore year's the worst. I'm like, you're not gonna think about that. You're going to live in the present, and when the school year comes, that's when you can think about it. So I think that helped me a lot, and I feel like I didn't even, like, I did things this summer, but for some reason it just felt like a really good summer, and I feel like I didn't worry as much and I wasn't as depressed. Now, I don't know if you guys remember the video when I was like talking about my real friends, that video. So that was about July. So I mean, it was kind of end of July. So it wasn't exactly middle of summer because school started like August. What was it? I can't even remember now. Like 12 or something, or 17. I don't know. So it was kind of close to the school year almost, but I felt like me, it was the middle of summer almost. And I briefly talked about that. So I want to go back to that. So talking about my real friends and how I had a fight with one of my friends. Not really fight, just like just I don't know. It was kind of weird, and somehow I just like wasn't friends with this person all of a sudden, like out of nowhere. And my family was very worried for me because I had been good all summer, and then all of a sudden this big huge thing just happened where my one friend texted me and was like, "Hey, that we need a break. This isn't gonna work out. I can't handle your problems." And I I was disappointed. It wasn't like I wasn't like, okay, whatever, bye, because they were one of my really good friends. And so I was just freaking out. I started crying, and I'm like, oh no, like what is going to mean? But it was weird because the old Matea, if something would happen, she would have just been done. Like that would have been it. I would have been like, okay, no, this isn't worth being alive. This awful thing happened. I'm gonna be depressed now, blah blah. But after that happened, it was like I I talked to everyone I knew, and I didn't necessarily like, oh, that's over, get over it, because I still thought about it, and it was it was it was a bad thing in my life, and it wasn't just like, okay, that's bad. I was sad one day and it was over. Like I handled it way better than I thought I would. My mom was very scared for me because she knew that I'd gone through all of this and finally was doing so good, and then all of a sudden this bad thing happened, and usually when a bad thing happens to me, I go down. But it was crazy because after that, I felt stronger after that, if that's how you want to explain it, or whatever. I felt better, and I was like, okay, I know who my real friends are. I know who's going to be there for me and who's not going to be there for me, or what I can talk with it, what I can talk about with this person, and what I can't with this person. And I don't really know how to explain it, but it just somehow in a way was good for me to know that I can conquer these bad things that happen. And so I think that was really good too, and it showed how strong I had like been from just like nothing to like anything would just put me down to like this big huge thing, and then somehow I like got stronger, I guess, from it. And it wasn't just, oh yeah, I got better. Like, I prayed all the time about it, and it was hard to get over, if you want to call it that. And it was really hard. It took a while to actually talk to that friend. If you know, it happened in July, and I think I ended up talking to my friend in like November or October, I think. I think it was November maybe. And we talked, and it took a really long time. So about 3 months I had never seen him. I didn't talk to him. I started texting him saying like, hey, halfway through I was like, I want to talk sometime, but I don't know when, and I don't know if I'm ready. Like, I did it when I knew I was ready, and I prayed to God, like, you have to let me know when this is when I'm supposed to talk to this person. And we talked, and it was better. I think it was just better for me to, like, okay, now I had kind of gotten over it. I had forgiven him. It was time to actually talk to him, because then sometimes it comes back to bite you in the butt, and then you think about it more. It's like, I'm kind of person who wants to solve things, but it just depends on what that situation is. Like, if it's really bad or if it's slightly bad, and just, I want to resolve things, and I don't want it to just be there the rest of my life. So it's really good to do that. And we're friends, and we're not as close of friends, but I'm glad that we resolved that and talked about it. And I know I didn't really say everything that happened, because I don't know if this person wants me to talk about it. And yeah, so I'm just like thinking about this and talking about all these random things, but I just want you guys to know what has kind of happened. It's hard to just sit down and do these videos usually. I haven't even really talked about what I really wanted to talk about yet. This video is going to be pretty long, but so I found this one app, and I think it was one time when it was like when Cheer was starting. It was sometime when, because something had happened and I got really down. And I don't like they say, oh, contact this person, or like a helpline or lifeline, if that's what they want to call it, to talk to them. And sometimes I think that's kind of weird, like texting a person, and I didn't know what to do. So I was looking up some apps, and this one is called Talk Life. And it's kind of cool because it's kind of community of people, and it's like Twitter, but it's not, because on here you can be like anonymous. You don't have to put your name. I didn't know that at first. So then I just changed my name, because, I mean, it's kind of strangers and I don't want them tracking me down or anything. So it's kind of like Twitter, but you can write, like, okay, I'm, like, if I was having a bad day, I'd be like, I'm feeling so depressed, I don't know what I'm doing here, blah, blah, like, say I wrote something like that. But then these people can, like, give you a heart, they can comment on it. Like, one time I was like, what do I do for anxiety? And a bunch of people just comment, and it's kind of just like this whole group of people who feel the same way as you do. And I mean, not exactly the same, but they're going through the same thing. And it's kind of nice, because in person, you don't know, you don't want to just walk up to someone and be like, do you have depression? Do you have this? Do you have this? So you know who to talk to, or like who has the same. Because I like talking to my friends, but sometimes it's like I like talking to someone who gets it, who's like going through it. So this is a really nice app, and it just helps when you can help and others can help. So that's really nice. And I'm glad that I could sit down and talk like this. Comment down below if you want me to do more videos like this, and bye!